And one of the things that we've been quite vocal about on this channel is the generational opportunity that's presented by this with the juniors. Being so unloved and unappreciated for so long, but now we've got this high gold price leading the way. There's finally some optimism starting to come back in. I mean, one of the questions I'm curious to get your thoughts on is, at what point does the generalist start to take a look at junior miners? Are you seeing any evidence of that? I know it's not really tracked in the index, but with the conversation that you've been having with all the people that you interview, what would your thoughts be on that, on the generalist?
Well, the tide lifts all boats, right? And one thing I look at is like, I have to read for my job mainstream media. So I have to go to the Bloombergs, the Financial Times, the CNBCs to see what they're talking about. And yesterday, gold reached a new all-time high. You couldn't find a headline. There wasn't a single article about it on CNBC, for example. So I think we're far from the generalists coming into the market. I'm not sure if that is like wanted by certain people, that we don't attract the generalists right now into the gold space. Because even if you look at ETF buying, yes, it has been positive in August, finally across all three regions, US or North America, Europe, and Asia. Finally, all three regions are in the green. But the US has been selling for the longest time. Europe has been selling for the longest time into a rising gold price environment. So the generalists are not really at the table yet. We haven't seen, as I said, euphoria. We're far from euphoria, despite trading at $2,700 gold today. And I haven't checked today's CNBC yet to see if there's if there's a headline. But yesterday there wasn't, right? And I think that's everything you need to know. We're far from euphoria in the mining stocks. Yes, some of the bigger companies have run. They're performing. Agnico Eagle's trading near all-time high levels. They've just announced a massive buyout offer, or they didn't actually. Somebody else published that they made an offer for De Grey Mining, a $3.2 billion miner out of Australia. I haven't looked at all the details, but they seem to be smart about using their high valuation right now and turn that into more assets and trying to underline what they got. I think one of the best miners out there by far. But if you look at the Newmonts, the VRICs, they're all lagging behind. If I look at the GDX, I said 35%, 36%. Usually they massively outperform gold, and gold is up 30% for the year. So if you believe that usually there's a 3-to-1 lever on the stocks to the gold price, you've just seen the proof. Like what else you need? Proof of concept is the term I'm looking for.
Yeah.
The market has provided you proof of concept. If you were uncertain to enter the miners, now seems to be the perfect time. Gold is high, margins are expanding. We're only a couple weeks away from getting first production results for Q3. Financials are going to follow 5-6 weeks later. That if that doesn't convince you that the miners will be printing cash or are printing cash right now, then I can't help you, right? The Dow is up 11%, NASDAQ 22%. We're massively outperforming and nobody's talking about it.
Quick break here, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Coppernico Metals. Now, regular viewers of my channel will be familiar with the entrepreneur behind Coppernico. His name is Ivan Bebek. Now, although a young man in this business, Ivan's already created tremendous value for his shareholders in the past, namely with Caden Resources, which he sold to Agnico Eagle, and Keegan Resources, which became a mine now owned by Galliano Gold. Now, Ivan has surrounded himself with expertise from BHP, Newmont, and VRIC on his board at Coppernico Metals. Check out coppernicometals.com. Now back to the interview.
I think as well, on the generalist topic, I think we get too fascinated with the idea, but the moment that they enter the space is perhaps the end of that's the time we should pull out, That's the point at which the irrational exuberance sets in. So perhaps it's a great sign that we're not seeing the generalists that are getting involved yet, as you say.
For us, let's pretend and let's use the term smart money loosely here, but of course it's perfect. Like, I've been invested for a long time in the miners, so like I don't pretend that I just entered the market because I saw an opportunity here. Like, I've been in it for a long time, right? But the Fed rate cutting cycle offers a lot of opportunity, and we will probably see a lot of money moving to the sector because it's looking for returns. A lot of the money is sitting in money market funds, and if the bond yields are coming down, we're sitting at 3.75% roughly for the 10-year. If that is coming down, people will need to see returns. Like, inflation rate is at 2.9%. So are you really willing to let inflation eat up your gains, even if you're just sitting on that coupon there? That's the margin of 0.8%. And we all know that real inflation is not the real CPI number, or the CPI number doesn't reflect real inflation that everybody sees and feels, right? So if you want returns, you got to find a sector that is performing and will be performing for the next 12, 24, maybe 36 months. I have no idea how long that cycle is going to last. If I look at the macro dynamics for gold, this cycle should last easily 3 to 5 years. But what do I know, right? There's so much momentum in the gold space right now. Maybe technically we're a little overbought in gold right now, so don't hate me for saying that in the comments down below. But it is healthy to correct a little bit, because that just shows how strong this bull market is. And I think it was Ronnie Stöfele who said, or I've asked Ronnie Stöfele in one of my interviews, Ronnie, is now the time to buy the dip, right? We've said that in the main markets before, and we've said it for like Nvidia and other stocks. I feel like now is the time to buy the dip. When gold dips, you buy it.